Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Collegiate Star League. You are watching Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Week 13. We are starting off this evening with University of Maryland College Park going against University of Wisconsin Madison. And my name is Jay Zilk. I am accompanied by the one and only What's Wrong. We have two insane games tonight. I'm actually really excited about the second match of the night. I don't know much about this first match of the night, unfortunately. Obviously, we were able to see UMCP play, and the Midwest has been kind of a silent region. Not really hearing a lot about them. Not really hearing a lot about the teams. So it's going to be kind of a toss-up. In my opinion, this could be one of those games where one team catches the other completely off guard. So I'm going to get maybe your take, Will. What's your opinion on UMCP versus Wisconsin?
Yeah, well, before I jump into those two teams, just the implications of this game, they're massive because as far as we know, it's, I believe, top 3 teams from each region that gets to move on to the playoffs. And this is our region. This is UCLA Blues region, so we've played against all these teams, I believe. I'm pretty sure, at this point with the record that we have, we would be making playoffs, and I think UC Davis, they're doing very well too. So actually, it might actually be one of these teams. One of these teams might be eliminated today for their playoff running. So the implication that this game has, it's absolutely massive. With that said, I believe you guys saw us play against University of Maryland, but unfortunately you weren't able to see the Madison game. Both these teams have a ton of potential. I know the scoreline against Maryland, it didn't look too great at the end, but you could see that in the beginning of the game, if they had a little bit more practice, if they had a little bit more things going their way, they could have definitely taken, many more rounds against us. And University of Madison, they're kind of the same way. So I think this game is going to be pretty close, and it's going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And to clarify for anyone that's maybe just joining the stream or just tuning in for the first time to CSL, UW-Madison is currently 9-2 right now, only losing to UCLA, your team, of course, and UC Davis. And then UMCP, their recent loss is also to you guys. So obviously you have experience playing against them. You know that their abilities are probably, pretty decent. I'm sure you think you guys are the best, so that doesn't really matter, But regardless, it's still going to be interesting for me, at least, because I've seen College Park play. I've seen both teams play, but I haven't seen them play each other. So it's going to be cool to kind of see this kind of a matchup. And like you said, the most important thing is what's on the line right now. This could be your invite to playoffs, winning this match right here. So we're getting live into it. Pretty much armor across the board on the CT side for Madison, and a couple utilities, 2 smoke, so they're probably going to just line up a couple executes, try and create a little barrier so they can get a little room to find some picks here on the A site, but slowly just trying to look for information, see if the CTs are going to aggress, take any app controls, but they've set up an interesting setup. This bait play, Pierce, he's going to hold the first angle and most likely fall back to library, act as that bait player, be the distraction, so maybe this player in Cubby can make some plays happen. So
yeah, I love that CT side setup on the A side, but I think a little bit of miscommunication coming out on the B side. EG not rotating despite the fact that IMN, he's so far up. And look at this flank from IMN. When the terrorists come in, he might have a huge flank, and he does. He gets 1 kill, and now the terrorists, they're all grouped up by the truck side.
Yeah, Little J still alive in pit, but he actually gets taken down by a Tanka. So 3-on-3 setup. The T's are in not the best positions. A Tanka's still alive. This man, Epic, also finally goes down. So Ben, last man surviving, gets instantly dropped by IMN. So great play by him. On that flank play immediately, been able to push down Banana, get a lot of information, knew exactly what the T's were doing, and you said it correctly, a little bit of miscommunication. I think it was EG or one of the B players that rotated just a little too slow, and well, it worked out anyway, right? They at least had the information, and him single-handedly making that play was just enough to keep the terrorists preoccupied. You notice that 2 of them were very focused on mid, and one of the players was just completely caught off guard at porch. So just that little nuisance from from the flank in this case was just enough to draw their attention. So UW Madison getting the first round on the board. This is Inferno, so building this bank really early and asserting that dominance right away is super important.
Yeah, and I love this force buy from Maryland. Usually when you get that bomb planted in the first round, you save that money so you could buy AKs in the third round, but they just used up all their money to force buy and try to make something happen in the second round. And I love it. I love it when teams do this. And it looks like they're actually going for a wall of smokes. Oh, I love this. They're not doing the traditional execute. They're actually walling off the site and walling off CT as well. So they're going to just plant in the smoke.
Smoke comes in way too deep. Yeah, this is the Fnatic strat where they're just going to commit to that plant in the smoke, guarantee the plant. No one really watching CT, but they've already made their way into construction. This is such a sick play. Bomb just going down now, but Ben grabbing a double Tech 9, wrapping through construction, completely dominating the B site. And Benny S just pushing right into CT. They have no chance in this round. Pierce, Little J have to make a huge play or just commit to the save, and they have no time to make this happen.
God, I love that. I mean, that's a play that we don't really generally get to see, right? I think the CTs, they're just gonna back off at this point, and you might have some terrorists chasing after. But I love that because usually you just see the smoke on CT, smoke on spools, and you just traditional execute. That was a wall up in the site, and despite the fact that the CT smoke missed, I think it went somewhere in the truck. Oh, Pierce gonna get some exit frags here. But despite the fact that they missed a couple of the CT smoke deep in the truck side, they still managed to make it happen. Ben with double entry, nice plan in the smoke. I don't think Madison was ready for that. That was amazing. I loved seeing that from Maryland.
Yeah, it's quite a throwback too, right? That was the original Fnatic roster play, 2014, early 2014, when they kind of brought that to the meta. And
the great Pronax.
Yes, the great, Pronax was pretty much the only member on that team. Well, pretty much none of the old Fnatic is there, right? That was the Schneider days, Devil Walk, the old roster. But yeah, so pretty solid strat. Obviously, it's still very viable, but you do even seldomly see pros do it, even though it's so viable and so powerful, because just getting the bomb down is enough for that round to be a success, because you've basically neutralized the investment that you made already. And EG going for an aggressive play with this 5-7. They actually have an aggressive setup here in Banana, and this could pay off. Benny S sitting here only with the scout, grabs a sick kill onto IMN, and he's still holding this angle. If he misses the first shot, he's dead. And yeah, he gets punished for missing it. EG gets the 5-7 kill, traded by Ben, so 3-on-3 trade. It's still an even round here for both teams, but a little more ground control. A Tanka in a great position. He's going to hear the rotate through mid. He's going to catch him off guard, but Homunculus actually grabbed the kill. And now there's only one CT here on our side. He has to anchor the site, and he is not in the position to do it. Oh,
actually,
he goes for the spray. Unable to, though. UMP just pulled down a little bit too much, so the bullets, just kind of shooting his knees off. Unable to grab that kill, and well, it looks like that force buy was almost worthwhile, but Pierce, he's making it worthwhile. Grabs the headshot into a Tanka. He's checking default, see if he can find anything, but they're just going to smoke him off. He's able to pick up the boss, gets Kobe'd, and yeah, there's a second round now for Maryland. So actually really close, and gotta respect Madison, but that really just came down to individual plays, not really team strategy, just individual peaks and, grabbing those pistol kills.
Yeah, just looking at the first 3 rounds, it looks like University of Maryland really prepared for the match. You can just see the way they're executing, the way they're playing together. And University of Madison still struggling a little bit here in terms of communication. You saw IMN, again, peeking without any sort of help from EG, and then EG peeking by himself again. So you could see the dissonance in the communicative play, the synergy that's coming out. It looks like Maryland, they really have their communication down together.
Yeah, definitely, and we saw even though things got a little dire in the previous round, they still had the positioning on the field. They were able to catch that CT getting a little too aggressive down mid, and that's kind of when everything crumbled. You forced a Tanka to be the last man on A site, and speak of which, first man to go down this round, so interesting play. Got a little too aggressive this time, even though he was able to get a lot of information in the previous round. Not getting too much this time, and, well, dying to a USP is pretty disheartening, but fortunately, Homunculus is able to pick up the AK, recover that, so no real economy lost. and they'll be able to just probably make an execute onto a site as long as they trade out. This shouldn't be too dire, but EG in a position which often goes unchecked, especially with the first man out, and he just spams while he's flashed. Had he just waited, maybe could have found a little bit more. But yeah, fortunately, they'll get those 2 entries onto site, and well, there's one player here in construction lurking around. See if he can make something happen from here. IMN just waiting for someone to aggress here into his P2000. Holding a very tight angle, and well, yeah, now they're gonna spot him, so he's just gonna spam around the corner, gets the pre-fire. Lil J comes in for the help as well, so he has an AK-47. Probably just gonna look for some exit picks. There's no chance of really surviving from here, especially with Ben holding this angle. Gets dropped, and Lil J, not much to ask for. He's just hoping one of them will die with the bomb, and he'll probably get his wish. So gets one kill, one terrorist, overcommitting, trying to find him, and well, that's 3 AKs draw. Well, actually only 2, because one of the players, I believe, only had an SMG that round. So 2 rifles lost. Not too much to rebuy, but still pretty good for Madison, considering everything, considering how much the game has kind of snowballed against.
Yeah, you gotta consider that a pretty good round for Madison. And as for the players, I think we're looking at Ben to really do a lot of work. I think Homunculus did decent work in the game against us as well. But you're looking at Ben, and I believe for Madison, you're looking at Originate to really come up and step up for their team. Your first gun round, we have a full buy in this 5th round.
Yeah, setting up a Molotov. I'm going to clear out a dark room, so I like how thorough they are with taking apps control, and they're doing it pretty consistently every round. And I think the sooner they discover that apps aren't clear, the quicker they'll be able to start taking this bracket control. Even doing it early round, having just 1 or 2 terrorists rush through apps, get a smoke off onto arch side, and you can take that 3v1 battle right at mid. Once you just get a smoke down, if there's no apps control, it really makes your choices quite simple. You can just toss a smoke on one of the 2 sides and take that engagement. So the sooner they realize that apps is generally not being contested, I think Maryland is going to start having a field day here at A site.
And look at this fake onto the B side, Maryland. They're going to do their set smokes again. The bread and butter, I think they've done it round after round, and it seems to be working. This time it's going to be a fake. This is going to draw both the rotations from Madison. This is absolutely crucial. Almost, yeah, it's pretty much all of them. And this time it's a perfect execute coming in, so they're going to get a free plant onto this A site.
Wow. Perfectly done. This bomb is going to just get free plant, and they grab 2 kills. So this is not only the perfect fake, but they're able to set up into positions, only have to worry about 3 CTs on the retake. And, well, Lil J doesn't really quite commit to that position, or Homunculus, rather. So he falls right back into Boiler. Considering how much time they bought themselves, you don't really need to play too aggressive. And, well, he's going to get the first kill. Looks for the second spray, gets traded by Lil J, so 2v2 now. This is going to be a fast retake. Actually, the flash going in, Atanka still grabbing the tap. Tracing his kill, and well, IMN has to search everywhere, doesn't see him on site, and that's going to be the 4th round now for Maryland. Perfectly played fake. They'd conditioned their opponents on the pistol round, made them fear that B execute, and as soon as the smokes came into play, they bought it, and they read Wisconsin like a book.
Yeah, I love that. Maryland, again, they look extremely prepared today. I mean, it looks like they came out knowing exactly what their game plan was. It looks like they knew exactly what they were doing from the first round. And right now, we're just seeing University of Madison get outclassed a little bit by University of Maryland's preparation.
Yeah, this is really fun to see, though. I definitely like seeing teams come in this prepared. Maryland College Park is looking like a real threat right now. They might not have a big name, a big title for their team, but their Counter-Strike team is looking massively underrated right now. So I am putting them on my radar. I knew they were individually great. IMN coming in with an individually great deke shot, and that'll scare them a little bit. But nonetheless, they're probably not too afraid now. They got the first pick at B. They know that there's probably just 1 CT here, so Benias can kind of just stroll into sight, take his time clearing angles. They have a smoke on CT as well, so they're going to set up a crossfire. And yeah, EG
That's gonna be it.
Yeah, just gets dropped. So that's pretty much the round, but Yeah, kind of going back to Maryland, they seem to save these big executes for the buy rounds. For really like the pistol round, they just started with an execute, and those are the type of things that you need to do against high level teams. Is commit to these team plays and not just kind of work picks, not just set up your defaults every single round, because that'll only get you so far. Teams that are well set up are going to trade you out, are going to throw smokes down, are going to flash and fall back, and well, they're doing it just correctly. And I imagine they're going to do something similar. I could see this being some sort of double fake. They love these smoke executes, so there's going to be something fancy or just a straight out rush, which wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I'm like actually expecting a rush from Maryland pretty soon here, just because they've been playing slow pretty much the whole game. So I think like round 10, they're gonna just change up the pace and rush somewhere, and it's gonna catch Madison off guard. That's the sign of a good team where they're able to change up their game plan. But this round, they're gonna play their slow default again and fill out these CT defenses.
Yeah, and still no apartment control here from UW-Madison, so it's kind of making it easier on Homunculus. Him and Atanka. Still not sure. He tried to tell me how to pronounce his name in chat.
Atanka,
It's
Atanka.
I thought it wasn't Atanka.
No. Okay, now we're gonna call him Atanka for sure. Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna look back at this VOD and he's gonna be like, God damn it.
So Atanka, generally being able to get a lot of information here at mid, and there he is, playing the apartments just like he does every round, able to find a kill, and that's gonna keep this A player here. But there's already 3 here towards B, so Little J and EG just crossfiring him perfectly. Ben unable to find a kill here in first oranges, but actually Epic jumping into the scene. So they do have the sight. 2 players here rotated from CT. Pierce just holding this angle. He does see Homunculus go behind the fountain. You can't wallbang that, unfortunately, Pierce. He's probably just trying to put the fear in him. And yeah, the smoke's going to come in, so he's not going to have any sight. Epic. Epic kill.
I don't know if he saw that Little J, he tried to flash himself in, blinded himself, and then Epic got the free kill. A little bit of comedy of errors going on. Again, the standard execute coming in, so now Pierce, he has to go for this 1v2 retake. He has no kit, and they know exactly where he is. Oh, actually, no, Epic doesn't. I thought that you heard him, but nice shot coming in from Epic. University of Madison, they don't have an answer to Maryland's execute. Maryland is actually, I think, honestly, they're looking to change things up, but they're like, no, don't. Like, they have no answer for this, you know, wall of smokes that we have. So, you know what? Why don't we just do it every single round? And University of Madison, they don't seem to have an answer for that.
Yeah, and as Madison, I would be feeling the same kind of fear. You don't want to make pushes because you know how slow and methodical College Park have been playing. You don't want to just commit to, all right, let's, you know, smoke bottom mid and just push it. You know, let's get 2 flashes and try and make our play. Although that can be really successful, it's scary to commit that much, especially when you're down so far behind. When you're this far behind, you really don't want to commit yourself to a play that could just destroy your money. But at this point, they really need to do something different. And it seemed like their ability to take banana control on pistol, IMN getting very deep in banana, is really what led to their success in the first round. Pierce chiming in here with the scout. I believe that was from mid, or from our side. So yeah, he's going to fall back. And well, they're punishing how aggressive individually Maryland is getting here at mid.
Yeah, so finally winning out some aim duels. I know I said originally he has to be one of the big players. He's at the bottom of their scoreboard right now. Meanwhile, IMN, I don't think he played when we played against him. So the newer player stepping up big here. But Originate, he really needs to step up for his team if they want to get some more rounds on the board.
Yeah, and well, they're at least set up to potentially take this one. Although Homunculus still alive, and they're going for aim duels right now. Yeah, he was kind of set up there to take another one as well. So, well, UW-Madison grabbing their second round, finally starting to build some semblance of an economy. And well, surprisingly, a lot of rifles have gone down for College Park in the last couple rounds, so they're pretty low on economy. In fact, the CTs have now gained a slight advantage in that respect. Although if they lose this round, that's just going to be so detrimental.
Yeah.
Just getting that, you know, consecutive loss bonus taken away. or in this case, the winning bonus. So that'll be just extremely terrible. But Pierce opting to keep the scout after a success. I want to see if they just keep doing these kind of individual peaks. They know they have app control, and they're able to take these peaks at bracket. So I wonder if the terrorists will keep doing this. And there they go. They keep trying to take face here, overestimating their skill on these duels. And this is when they really got to start smoke executing mid and taking control of either port side or arch in this case.
Yeah, University of Madison. It's crucial that they win this round. But Atanka, look at the CTs. They're completely caught off guard, and that's 2 entries onto the A side. They were both in mid, not really checking for that boiler position. But Homunculus not able to settle for that pit position, and Little J, he has to come up huge. He has to get another kill, buy some more time.
Yeah, I don't think he can buy time. He just had to find the kill in this case, and well, perhaps he could have bought a little time. EG actually really fast on this rotate. He has a gap in the smoke. This could be really big. Benny just going to hide behind this crate close on site. So Epic, he was checking for IMN. He's going to go for the peak. So Epic could get caught off guard with a nade out right now. Still behind the box. He's going to get revealed any moment now. But IMN turns to site, gets the wall bang onto Benny S, turns to Graveyard. Can he find the spray? EG chimes in for him. Helps him out in the heat of the moment, and Madison breaking the economy of Maryland College Park for the first time, and this could be that fast execute we've been waiting for. Round 10, did Will call it early in the game? Will is ESP
Oh God,
come true? It could be, dude.
It could be it, yeah.
This could be it, yeah. This is
Finally,
the Tech 9 round we've been waiting for.
I don't think Madison is gonna expect a save because they won or they lost so many rounds, like 6 rounds. So I think they're thinking that University of Maryland actually has money. But is this the fast play that we're looking for? I think Maryland is actually looking to play slow again, just based on their smokes. I think they're going for another execute.
Yeah, Benny S is just pre-firing everything. He wants to take a banana control aggressively right now. Oh, little whiffed flash. Not too big of a deal. Smoke's going out for Madison, so this tends to be their default. I have not once seen them take apartments, and that's the reason we're seeing Homunculus and Atanka just able to jump right out boiler and consistently find these frags. They are punishing Madison for, well, kind of standing in the open and not really holding proper crossfires. There's not really someone playing passive porch, and well, now we're seeing a little app control taken. Pierce peeks it for a bit and falls out, so I'd like to see him just get a little more aggressive. The bomb's alone, and this would be a huge play if he was able to drop it.
Yeah, here comes that B executor again, their bread and butter, but IMN gets a nice spam through smoke, and Originate able to chime in from CT because the CT smoke missed and the rotates have come in. So Homunculus with the bomb, he needed to move. There was almost nobody on site, but playing that a little bit too passively, I think that's going to draw the rotates back, and it's going to give up the jig. Yep. So the guy on their porch, he heard, so that's going to give up the jig.
If he can kill Little J, he can get the plant. Unfortunately, only drops him down to 26 HP. He will go down, and yeah, that's exactly correct. He had that window while Pierce was kind of committing to that mid play. He would have been able to just run out of apps and get the bomb down, but unfortunately, but fortunately here for Madison, they're going to get that clean round, not lose a man, not lose a bomb plant, and well, here comes that aggressive play. I can see it. They seem to be a lot more, well, inclined towards taking mid control. I'd really like to just see some smokes, because if they just get one smoke, oh, goes for the spam, actually drops Originate down 25, so reasonable damage. Maybe he committed to the spray, would have got it. Unfortunately, you never know what's lying behind the smoke. And, well,
Maryland, they're opting for that slope. They're just playing default every round, but at this point, I think they could recognize that Madison's playing pretty slow.
Yeah, just kind of ran outside, gave that kill to Pierce. Originate also chimes in, so yeah, they're just running out mid. They're just trying to take aim duels, and well, I think they're kind of disrespecting their opponent right now. Originate asking for a little bit of respect, grabs a double kill here from Arch side, and well, now it's down to Ben and Epic, stuck between 2 rocks. And this is not really looking good. If Ben can find this Tracer, follow it, maybe grab a little lucky kill. Here's EG over-aggressing towards mid, completely whiffing the spray. Poor Ben. And now it's Epic. Tries to find the lineup. EG gets a double, and yeah, they're just really not they started off so strong with their executes and playing really like well as a team, and now they've just fallen off and they're just defaulting every round, just taking aim duels.
Finally, yeah, finally, Madison. They're able to get some semblance of resistance for their CT side. It kind of looked like it was getting one-sided there, but Madison, they're finally able to pull through, get 4 rounds of their own, and generally Inferno's is CT-sided, but I like to think that it can be very T-sided, especially in the collegiate scene and even in the professional scene as well. You see a lot more T rounds coming in. 8-7 half, 9-6 half, even towards the T side is very common.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see that shift in the meta, considering it wasn't long ago that 12-3 and 11-4 halves were the most common thing ever on.
Right, right.
If you were to get 5-6 rounds as a terrorist, you felt so strong going into your second half. And IMN finding a double kill, couldn't finish off the third, so it's going to at least allow EG to chime in, fall back to site, play behind the smoke, and well, there's not much Epic can really do. He's going to have to hope a lot of mistakes come in here from Madison.
Yeah, at this point, I think he just wants to take off a gun or two. He's not really looking to win the round, but he's not gonna able to take off any guns. So you could see University Madison's economy when they've been winning, they haven't actually lost a lot of members. So you could see the economy almost $10,000 across the board. Well, now they got some money spent, but they're gonna be able to buy out for the rest of the round. Meanwhile, University of Maryland, I think they're gonna be yearning for some money. Ending this first half.
Yeah, exactly. And well, AWP now coming in from Pierce. So successful with the scout. You'd imagine that translates pretty well on toppers. Epic finding the first kill, so they're just going so aggressive here at Banana, but IMN getting a double kill, getting dropped to 24 and falling back, so pretty fortunate he's able to get that second one before dropping. If he lost that battle, that would be a 4-3 in favor of Maryland and B control, which would have been huge, but well, it's enough to send another rotate here, and if they can take advantage of this with only 2 here, and no one really watching Arch, that could be a really big opening here for the terrorists. There it is, Homunculus. Him and Atanka have been just destroying the CTs here from Boiler, consistently finding frags, and well, it's a little bit of the overcommitment here from Madison as well.
Yeah, so it's a 2v3 situation. It looks like they want to hit the A site, Maryland. And at this point, they just have to win aim battles. Originally, still holding that arch. I would like to see him just give it up and then play back on site, but he's gonna spot the guy.
Originate.
Oh,
he lets them pass.
He gets flashed right as he peeks. So now it's all up to Little J, and it looks like they're just gonna smoke it off. Little J does get a spam through smoke, and Homunculus, he's gonna just sit in the smoke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, not gonna get anything out of it. Try to be a little cheeky there, but University of Madison, this is their 6 rounds in a row. They won 6 rounds in a row. Maryland should be able to buy with that bomb plant, but Madison finally taking the lead.
And it's really hard for me to... I really have to kind of discredit Maryland in this case. I feel like they just fell off. They stopped executing. They really have underestimated Madison in this case. And, well, University of Wisconsin isn't as bad as I think they were initially thinking. They got that momentum, got that 6-1 lead, and, well, they've fallen off and are just trying to go for those aim duels. And, well, they gotta find their synergy again and start playing as a team, because more often than not, it's just 1 or 2 guys sticking together. There's a pair, and yeah, it can sometimes work out in their favor. They get a favorable trade, but then it just falls off completely. As Madison, they're keeping themselves together. They seem to have a little glue between them. I think getting this momentum is giving them confidence, and now they're willing to take the duels and are getting the upper hand in them, because this is still Inferno, so it is advantageous for the CTs as far as aim duels go.
It is curious, because when we saw University of Maryland succeed, they've been going to that bread and butter B execute where they do the wall, but after 1 or 2, the last time I think they tried it, they just got like randomly spam through smoke, and then they stopped trying it. It looks like besides that B execute, they don't really have an answer into breaking the counter-terrorist defense. It was just they were just banking on that execute.
Pierce, I don't know how that shot missed. You can watch this VOD later. I literally don't know how that shot missed. That was insane. He had him right on in Boiler. I don't think he was moving at all either. But Benny S. Yeah, Epic as well. Finishing off the kill, but goes for the Pasha spray down Arch. And Molly will finish him off, and well, that's going to be a 7th round now in a row for UW-Madison, and they are making a comeback, man. Yeah, feel the burn indeed. This is insane comeback from Madison, and well, you got to admire the fact that they didn't go on tilt too hard. They didn't start just pushing like I kind of recommended. They just held their guns, play to their own advantage, know what they're good at, and well, they're playing their own game, and I gotta respect that. They're not trying to do something they've never done before because well, nothing else is working. Because now they found their mojo, and well, this could definitely just be a 9-6 half now, which is pretty standard, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe University of Maryland should try that B execute one more time, just because that has been their successful strat, but it looks like they're just gonna head towards over that A side, just leaving 2 guys on banana.
Yeah, IMN and EG are just scaring him because he's so good at finding these frags here at car, chiming in again. He is just dodging and weaving and dipping, and if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a bullet. So he is playing this card to perfection. Potentially he could be in those arena servers, the Inferno Banana ones where you just do 1v1s constantly. It's really good practice, and, well, IMN showing his prowess here at Banana, channeling his inner Freiburg.
Channeling his inner Freiburg. So there's only 30 seconds left. University of Maryland, they have to make a decision. It looks like they are going to go for that B execute, and originally he senses it. He is actually trying to stack towards the B side, but IMN chiming in for yet another kill.
Oh, that flash! They're done! IMN with the double! EG actually jacks his kill in the end, but this round's all but over. Benny S with 13 HP, 1 tap to the face, and his face will be planted on the concrete. That'll be a 9-6 scoreline.
Respectable.
Yeah, respectable and a spectacle. That is 8 rounds in a row on the CT side when Maryland was looking so dominant. And yeah, I don't mean to be cynical or negative or glass half empty in this case, but it really seemed to me that Maryland stopped playing to their own advantages and tried to just play the pick game, which can be very successful in a game like Counter-Strike. But in this case, they just hit a brick wall. So this is actually a really important round in my opinion. This will either give them the confidence or it could all fall apart. And this could just be a huge momentum swing in favor of Madison. They're just going for this app control very early. Well, they weren't taking it during CT side, but they sure as hell know how to take it as a terrorist. So set up for this smoke execute. Just going to smoke off Arch, maybe draw a little attention, and they're just going to waterfall out. EG getting the first kill. Looking for the kill here in pit, but Atanka getting one before being dropped. Ben chiming in here from Arch side. So he's the last man alive here on A. Just going to have to stall, wait for his teammates to come in from the rotate. Goes for a pop flash, and well, the bomb isn't even down yet, so Ben is able to just jump into sight. It's been signaled to him. IMN waiting here at mid, unable to find the kill, and that's the confidence boost Maryland needed. Nice retake. Ben and Benny S. We've seen this combo be so successful in the past, and well, they're back. These boys, we've seen them on CT in the past. They can retake like champs, and they're doing it again, living up to their reputation.
That was so crucial for University of Madison. When they waterfalled, the person that had the bomb was the waterfaller. So once he died, the bomb just went down, and I guess it wasn't communicated. So we thought, yeah, we were just like, hey, the bomb still isn't down, despite the fact that they have the site, and that costed them. That costed them the round.
Yep, exactly. It gave that opening, and they're just going to try and run right through the smoke. Perfect flash. Benny S able to get a WMP kill before falling back. Epic going down, so now it's all up to Benny S, but he gets degged by Pierce, so well, that's going to actually bring the sight, but Ben just pushes right through the smoke. These guys are just glued together. When one goes down, the other chimes in, and that's going to be a 2v2 now. Unfortunately, though, for IMN, he's only on 13 HP.
Yeah, this is a 2v2 situation. It's looking good for Maryland, but IMN, look at his positioning. If they don't check this spot, IMN, he could go huge.
Oh, and he will. No HP, but he outplays them, so well, now it's all down to him with those 13 hit points. He's gonna have to make a big play. He's gonna just go for the straight smoke defuse. He's sticking it. IMN trying to wait for it. He goes for the spam, but Atanka gets it. He gets the ninja defuse in the 1v1. So, well, not necessarily a ninja, but you know, Twitch chat likes to call anything that's a defuse while someone's alive a ninja defuse. So I'm
But
just
look
gonna
at the
roll with
money.
mainstream,
Look,
know?
that was a costly round. So University of Maryland actually they don't have good equipment, and University of Madison says, "Hey, let's just force up behind this. Like we took down all 5 of them, and we got the plant down. So let's just force behind this." And that's exactly what they're doing. This round could very well still go in the way of Madison.
Yeah, this is really scary for both teams. This could be one. Oh, instant dinked onto Epic. He has to fall back immediately. Gets pre-fired around the corner. Ultimately gets punished for playing that common angle. And well, let's see if the T's are gonna maybe fall back towards A. Bomb is looking towards Banana now, trailing his team. And well, let's see if they have a setup much similar to what Maryland had on their T side.
Yeah, so Madison, they're looking to play. It's almost exactly the same setup where University of Maryland is actually playing 2 archers too, just exactly the same how Madison was playing it, and you can see the standard execute coming in. I think the smoke over CT, there's nothing over spool, so just very basic execute that Madison is trying to run, and they just want to roam over this B site. Benny S coming up huge with 2 frags. Can he hold more? No, he gets traded out, so now it's going to be up to a 3v3 retake situation.
Yeah, and Originate on this late rotate. He's going to hear the footsteps coming. He has his knife out. He's going to get the kill. Originate grabbing that lurk kill, and now that's going to force the CTs to go fast, and that's going to punish Atanka for trying to commit so early. But Little J reloading gets caught off guard by Ben, unable to find the second kill. So close for Maryland, but Madison will be able to pick it up. Wow, very, very close round. Little J, well, kind of reloading on a 3-on-1. He thought he was safe, but his teammates weren't quite watching that angle, so... Yeah, that, like you said, that wasn't a huge round for both teams, and well, Maryland forced on to save.
Interesting buy coming in for Madison, though. They have 5 rifles, but they should know that Maryland is on a double eco, just because of how the other rounds went. It looks like they had a good idea of how the Maryland economy was, just because of the way they force bought last round, but then this round they don't opt to keep any SMGs. They should have ran with like multiple SMGs just to be on the safe side, but look at this flash from the CTs. They just push, and they get 1 kill. They might get another. Oh,
they got an AK.
Yeah, they got a free AK out of it. I mean, if they just had SMGs, I think it would have been fine, but look at that.
Wow. Even though this bomb's going to go down on A, it's still a huge play. Epic could still find some kills or just choose to save it. He'll be the last man in, using his teammates with the, well, no real weapons as bait. Trying to see if he can find anything, but they have a perfect setup here onto the A site. Well, at least Epic finds 1 kill, so not all is lost. And
yeah, a decent.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have enough
two
money to
kills
buy.
out of
No,
it. No, they don't. They had to go on a double eco just because they lost so many members even during their victory. So they are gonna eco one more time here in University of Madison again with the 5 rifles. So at this point, Maryland, they just want to take away a few rifles.
Yeah, I think they want to go for an op as well. Maryland College Park, 2 players with 3,500 right now. That's going to allow an op full armor and a little bit of utilities on the following round. And we all know how potent that can be on the CT side of Inferno. Can lock down entire choke points. Ben, speak of which, finds an easy kill here. Gets it handed to him, and well, he's going to fall back, be happy with his AK-47 treat he just got delivered. And well, Bomb again working towards the B site. We've seen them pull rotations and then fall back to A. And that seems to be something Madison is favoring here on their T side of Inferno. And they're kind of doing it again. They felt out Banana, and now they're going to work their way back towards mid, but this time without the lurk player. Originated last time lurking. He was able to hear everything that was going on, all the rotations. And it allowed them to take A little bit easier, and well, he was able to catch them off guard on that rotate towards B. So this time, no such thing. Molotov going out. This is going to pull Atanka right out, but the smoke is actually going to cover him up. Atanka going aggressively right on the edge of the smoke. He's trying to see if he can flank here, but he gets punished by IMN. Playing the edge of the smoke, Originate also getting an entry, EG chiming in as well, and this is A-Sites falling apart rather quickly.
Yeah, the CTs, they had a glimmer of hope, but that glimmer of hope is going to get shut down by the T-side push, and it looks like Madison only going to lose one gun. Not bad. That's not a bad round at all. And Madison, more importantly, they're going to be up 12-8, and going into this gun round, University of Maryland, they need to win this round, or else Madison, they're going to start running away with this economy game, and it's going to be looking tough for Maryland. So Maryland, on this gun round, they have to come up huge.
Yeah, and that round 3 rounds ago, where both teams were on a 4-spy and both economies were so low, we're now seeing just how impactful it really was, grabbing them 3 rounds in a row, essentially for free. It's a 1-for-3 deal, and it just goes to show how extremely important having a CT economy can be. And well, Maryland needs to start building it up right now if they want a chance to get back into this game. If they only win one and lose it again consecutively, that's a really bad sign. You really got to just start building up the rounds as a CT, and there we go. Originate grabbing the first pick as well. He is becoming a tank here, as he was so famously playing this boiler position last half. Grabs a double kill, looking for a third here towards Arch, and that's going to open up the port side. They're just going to be able to run in straight through truck, and IMN just fighting Homunculus, and this is just falling apart for University of Maryland. They look so strong coming into Inferno on their T side and have just kind of fallen off.
Yeah, that was a clean entry onto the A side. Ben, I think he didn't expect the man to jump onto the hay cart, and that's exactly what happened. So he died, and then the Arch player, I believe, it's everyone on the CT side was basically playing a bunch of 1v1s. It was a series of 1v1s, and they all lost them.
Yeah, speak of which, here's more 1v1s coming into play. Finally, the T's in the form of EG able to find something. Benny S unable to, though, drops Little Jade only 3 points of health. But yeah, that's going to be all their weaponry eliminated. And, well, I didn't call it correctly. I expected an AWP to come out, and they only invested in rifles. They seem to be a little shell-shocked at this point. They're not really trying to get much information. Again, they're now the victim of what kind of happened, or what they did to Madison in the first half, which is just dominating them with one-on-one battles. So we'll see if this storyline happens the exact same way. We could very well see Maryland just start to string 7 rounds together. Maybe they'll start to figure out that, well, Madison isn't really doing much, execution-wise. They're just winning their battles.
Yeah, I mean, especially on a map like Inferno on their CT side, you definitely don't want to count them out. Inferno is notorious for being heavily CT sided, and it could string, the 7 rounds that we've seen from Madison. It could go the opposite way, just like you said. So even if they lose this round, which seems likely at this point, just pistols against full rifles. I mean, stringing 6 or 7 rounds, it's not uncommon to see.
Exactly. It's not over till it's over. This is indeed Inferno. And like you said, well, they changed the round timers for the entire game because of this one map. Because of how overpowered smokes and Molotovs can be. Originate grabbing the entry like he's so known to do here towards the A site. Grabs a second as well, and Apartment's not getting checked, so that's going to mount 1 kill for Benny S. And, well, any economy they can start to destroy here on the T side is going to be important, but 12k on LMN, 8,500, 9,900 on Originade, so the whole T side is stacked, and finally we have another buy round for Maryland.
Yeah, okay, now at this point, Maryland really have to start winning rounds, because if they don't, they're going to be on a 4-spy next round, and they're going to be put up on 7 match points. You don't want to be put in USC's situation where you're, on 7 match points and you have to play quadro overtime. You don't want to be in that situation. The pressure's huge on you, so you can't make any mistakes.
Ben finds the first pick here at mid, so Pierce holding the passive angle, Ben biding his time, was just holding Mexican Tunnel until he started to kind of not crouch peek, but walk peek that shot. Finds the entry, and that, like you said, that's what we need from Maryland.
Yeah, A very good sign. Very good start. Ben, he has been the star player. He needs to start getting more frags on the CT side.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe this AWP is exactly what the doctor ordered. We've seen how potent he can be with this gun. Well, him and Benny S have both shown how them as a combination can be just destructive to any force. And well, I'd like to see that again. I'd like to see the old boys coming back. We've seen them before in many games, and well, this could be another opportunity. Looks like they're they're trying to find a pick towards B, but not necessarily committing. Little J watching the flank, so if he can find an opening, he'll probably call a rotate, but time is out, so they have to commit now. Smoke's coming into CT, flash popping over. They're not doing the wall of smoke, so this is going to allow Benny S full vision. He's going to go for a pop flash over, but this isn't going to be enough. Yeah, everyone's flashed. They're going to have to come in one by one now. 10 seconds on the clock. Originate has to find a second kill now. LMN is able to find it, and that will give them time to get this bomb down. So, well executed here by Madison, and they won't have enough time to get into after plans. Little J is the closest here to finding vision here on the CTs, and that smoke is going to be perfect. It's going to force him to push through. Ben finds the AWP kill here into construction, and now they're just going to push on through the smoke. IMN just biding his time. Originate gets a double kill, and now it's all down here to Homunculus. He knows exactly where the last two players are, but he gets punished. Originate coming in with his second kill for the round, and well, that just fell apart.
Wow, that was looking so good for Maryland. I mean, the time was running out, and then you got the counter flashes coming in, slowed down the Madison push, but then after that, oh, it's just everything else just seemed to fall apart for Maryland. I mean, Originate coming up huge on this T side half did say that he had to be one of the guys who had to show up big. Didn't really show up big on their CT side, but on this T side, he's really answering for Madison.
Yeah, definitely, and well, it looks like that momentum really carried over. It's crazy to think this game was at 1.61 in favor of College Park. Now they're staring match point in the face. Like we said, this game is so huge for both teams, whether they're going to make the cut. And well, Madison looks like they're a little bit more hungry for that playoff spot.
Yeah. Oh, look at this cheeky boost coming in. Pierce. He
Ooh,
can
that's
spot the guy.
huge!
Oh, he misses the shot, though. That was huge. If he landed that shot, that would have pretty much opened up the B side and left Epic by himself. But he misses the shot. It looks like Madison, they want to hit this B side again.
Yeah, it was a perfect read, too, because every time they drop the smoke down on Banana, they've just been falling back to those positions. So the fact that Madison was wary enough to go for that boost, try and find that kill on the new box / dark spot, and they're just going to square up for the B side again. Smokes lined up. Going to just go for this pop flash over the hut, and just going to make their play. So Little J going to be entry frag. Staring towards new box, finds the spray here on Benny S, but Epic only finding one before being dropped, and now it's going to be another B site opening. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Maryland has a lot to fix if they want to take this retake. IMN going down in construction. That's the opening they need. Ben, he has to be the entry man here. He's the first man here to get sprayed down in this case. And well, now it's down to a 2v2. Originate, last man alive. Little do they know he's in CT, coming in from the flank, gets the first spray down, Atanka going for the defuse, sticking it. He has no kit, and I don't think this is going to work. He had to have a kit if he wanted to get it, and now, will he have time? I think he's going to have just barely enough time on this defuse.
Well, this is going to be close. No, he doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it. Yeah.
Nice try.
Unfortunately, well, yeah, unfortunately for Atanka, unable to find that defuse, no kit on him, and that'll be a 16-8 scoreline in favor of UW-Madison.
Madison went on a 14-2 run. So after going down 6-1 early against Maryland, Madison went on a 14-2 run. That is, I mean, if that's not perseverance, if that's not getting your head in the game, then I don't know what is. That was pretty good from Madison.
Yeah, crazy comeback. Like you said, that it just seemed like they had all the executes down early game, and maybe if they had carried on, kept going with what worked instead of trying to go for that individualistic style, that maybe they would have built a little bit more momentum on the T side. It just seemed as if things kind of tapered off and they lost their confidence. So, you know, you gotta admire both teams really in this case. It was some good Counter-Strike.
It was.
And yeah, so 16-8 will be the scoreline. Thank you guys for tuning in. Our next game will actually be, let me pull up the sheet. We have Simon Fraser, who is, well, this is their final game for the spring season. They are 10-2 up, going against San Diego State, who is 7-4. So this is that new mixed groups since we had the swap mid-season. And, well, we're going to get to see a little West Coast first. Well, I can't say East Coast. Simon Fraser is a Canadian university, correct?
Yeah, they are up in the northwest. Technically,
Okay.
I guess west, but yeah, they're more north.
Okay. So can't consider them. I was gonna say East Coast, but you're right. That's a Northern Division. I don't think Canadians like to be calling East Coast. Well, I'm Canadian, but I when I tell Americans, I'm just like I'm from the East Coast. But I don't know. It's Ontario. It's in the East, so it counts for me. But regardless, we'll take a quick break. The game is scheduled for right now, so we'll be just switching servers. It should be only a couple more minutes, and we will be back with the second game and last game of the evening. Thank you guys. We have been Collegiate Star League, and we will see you in a couple minutes.